it's like companies they're not even making the best decisions possible with their
Yep.
customers or the market that they're trying their business almost changes.
Yep.
They try to map to some ranking or award they get. I'm like, who cares about external
Yep.
validation? I
It,
don't care. Like
yeah.
it should be nothing should be between me and my customer or
Right.
me and my market. I don't really care. These other things, they're data points and it's chatter.
Yep.
And a lot of times, if you look at the signal to noise ratio, it's the power of the signal divided by the power of the noise.
Mhm.
Anything that makes that increases the noise in the denominator, I don't want to listen to. And
Yeah.
so you just don't have everyone has such limited time and limited attention span. It's like, what is the most trusted
Yeah.
source of information
Yeah.
and taking action based on that information? And
Yep.
it needs to be direct feedback from our customers,
Yep.
conversations with our customers,
Yep.
conversations at RSNA, at
Yep.
trade shows. That's it.
Yep.
Anything else should be viewed very, very as a distant second. But getting back to that trust thing, it's so critical because it gives you staying power in the
Yep.
market and staying power in customers because if that they trust you that, hey, yeah, there's a new shiny toy out there. We don't know them.
Yeah.
And our vendor, we trust them because we know they're going to get there. We know that they'll add that functionality over time. But
Right.
hey,
Right.
for the most part, when they say something's going to go live, we can trust them.
Yes.
If a
Yeah.
problem happens, which it always happens,
Yep.
there's no one's perfect. There's always going to be a release that needs an extra patch or some bug fix or whatever happens. Hey, this vendor,
Yeah.
like CMI, they're great at solving problems. They don't blame us. They jump on things quickly. So why would we go chase some other company? Like we
Yeah.
don't know. We're going
Yeah.
into the dark. It
Yeah.
sure looks good and cool, but so long as your product is a good product and
Yep.
you are making progress,
See, and
then that's all that matters.
right.
The people that get so overly obsessed in healthcare world,
Yeah.
overly obsessed with the product. It's going to sound crazy. They're not long for this earth because
No.
the relationship and the service is beyond crucial because at any one point, someone else's technology is going to leapfrog. And if
Yep.
that's all you have to hang your hat on, like, yeah, we don't have the best service, we don't have the best price, and but our product's the best. The second someone leapfrog you,
Yeah.
you have no staying power.
Right. Right. And as I think back to this whole idea of building trust, I think the critical part of gaining trust is you need to be willing to ask the hard question and you need to be willing to hear the hard answer. And you need to be able to figure out what your
Yeah.
reaction is going to be. You may not be able to react immediately, but you need to know that you need to have a plan to react, right? You need to ask the hard questions. It's easy to pat yourself on the back if you're only asking the easy questions, right? How likely are you to buy us again? Yes. Oh, that's an easy question, right?
And that's a fine question to have
Yes.
is like a baseline, but boy,
Yeah.
there's some
What
other
do you
higher
think
order
about
ones.
this thing? And when they say we hate this thing, you need to be able to get off your
Yeah.
humble horse and say, okay, let's dig into that, right? Because again, I'm building trust through empathy. I don't know everything. I'll never know everything I need to know. I need to learn from you. And making sure that you open that channel to say, tell me the worst. You won't hurt my feelings. Is I think a really critical part of building trust. Otherwise, customers are just like, meh, meh, meh. Like they're like,
Yeah.
you're not asking me anything. You're not asking me anything in your survey that's actually going to help you as a vendor do better, right? You're just looking for someone to pat you on the back. So,
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
yeah.
I want to get back to trade shows. So,
Yeah.
because they are important,
Mhm.
right? Like
They are.
it almost for nothing else, it shows that you have staying power. Like you're not
It
disappearing because there's so much
Yeah.
negative marketing. Like
Yeah.
even if you're kicking like serious butt, you're doing super well, customers are happy, you're growing really well. And if you don't, let's just say you don't have a booth or you go from like a really big booth to like a 10 by 10, it's used against you and it's kind of unfairly